So apparently, redheads are black. I woke up this morning to see that trending all over my For You page. And at first I laughed at it because I said, this is obviously a joke. But then I really started thinking about it and I said, dang, well, they're making some good points, because there was actually people with red hair on here talking about how they had been, ostracized and left out and fetishized, not taken seriously because of their appearance. And I thought about it. I said, that's some of the things that we did go through and still go through here in America as black people, especially as a black man. We're probably the most fetishized people around by other cultures because of the stereotype of the third leg. But, I look at all of these things and I said, dang, when you think about it, it's really a serious thing because you have two folks that have been outcasts, one for their appearance, redheads, and another for their race, us. Well, with me being heavily involved in the legal system, I said, well, let me see if there's anything going on at law from ancient times that suggests that redheads were treated differently than black folks. And in medieval times, redheads were not allowed to testify in any courts because of the fact that they were considered to be witches, demons, and all kinds of other derogatory terms. Now, when you think about when we got here to America, blacks that were free were called witches and warlocks, aka voodoo or root people or root doctors, saying that we possess some supernatural power, because that was one of the other justifications to do some of the things that were done to us. But more importantly, we were not even allowed in the court, let alone able to be a witness or, sit on a jury for the trial of a white defendant. And so I just looked at a couple of these things and I said, dang, well, maybe to the stereotype, you know what I mean? Redheads are black. So welcome aboard, y'all.